Hi guys, this is AC back again. Appreciate you clicking on the link. I'm back again with another fragrance known as Hugo Boss Number One. So, Hugo Boss Number One has been in existence for a while now. It was, I think, released in 1985. It wasn't called Hugo Boss Number One then. It was renamed in 1998. The first time I smelled this fragrance was back in 2001. It was available for bargain prices. I think I paid about 25, 28 pounds maybe for a 125 ml bottle. It still is. So that surprises me because this is one of the most rich, manly, sophisticated scents I have smelled, and certainly one of the best from Hugo Boss. So let's start with the packaging. You can see the package. It's a very straightforward package, but I really like it. It's got a pinstripe. That's why I'm wearing a pinstripe. Goes really well, coordinated. Simple box with Boss written on front and number one. In terms of bottle, really straightforward, robust bottle. This thing has solid written all over it. It's a straightforward yellow looking juice. Let's get into the atomizer and how it sprays. So I hope you can see this. I'm going to spray it on top of my wrist. I've got nothing here, so let's start. So while I let this settle a little bit about the fragrance. So, I've used this fragrance before. I've used it for about 4 or 5 years non-stop. Then I changed and went into something else. So it was my kind of go-to scent for certain occasions for a while. In terms of my personal experience, I used to think that this scent is quite special. It's one of the most classiest scents then. Although I did like Fahrenheit as well, but this in terms of class was number one. I mean, I used to reach out to it when I had important customer meetings. I was speaking on something where the audience was very important. Those are the kind of situations I used to wear this to. This is a scent which evokes memories of ultra confidence, ultra confident men. Who have really toiled their way up. So it's kind of a self-made man type vibe. Now, if you're a fan of Aventus, so Aventus is no nonsense, get out of my way kind of a scent. This takes it one level further. This is like get out of my way else. So it's a no nonsense scent. So let's get down to the fragrance. Now, this is not for everyone. It's got a urine type vibe, and you will smell it. Right the moment you smell, you spray it, you will smell it. There's no two ways about it. But don't let that put you off the scent. Why? Because this has also got a very charming vibe about it once it settles down. So since I've used this fragrance for a long time, let me tell you that how does it start off. I mean, I've told you there's a urine smell and that can put you off, but don't let that do that because you'll miss out on something very special. In terms of what else does it have, it's kind of a honey, tobacco and moss. It's got a very sharp opening. Apart from the urine smell, it's a sharp opening. It comes out bang and it hits you like all fragrances should. It impresses you straight away or puts you off. When the initial bit you will actually smell, oh, it's beautiful honey. It's in the fougere category. I think it's got honey. It's got a little bit of vanilla, I think, oak moss, which I do not know whether you can use anymore. and that oak moss comes back in the dry down as well. Now, in terms of how this matures, how does it take sort of that opening, that sharp opening, energetic and manly sophistication, it is there. It is very evident. And how does it progress? So it goes into this slightly reserved. So, the opening is sharp, manly, on your face, animalic or urine type note there. So there's nothing shy, coy about it, right? It's just on your face, bang. But surprisingly, it scales down and slightly reserved. Goes down a little bit, one notch, and sort of gets a little slight flowery. Yeah, jasmine. I think jasmine is a keynote for fragrances that have manly character. Jasmine brings in that roundedness, but the fragrance maintains a sort of roughness about it, and I think that's the rosemary. That's the rosemary with the jasmine. So it's flowery, honey at the top, but it maintains that roughness, rough and toughness, which is rosemary. Oak moss is less prevalent after the initial bed. The dry down, now when it matures, it will come down to a stage where it will become even more reserved. It will be more, but it will keep its solid stature alive. There is nothing frivolous about this scent. It's a solid scent. It is a statement. So it carries on doing that, but it subdues even, slowly backwards towards keeping it to itself. Now, the dry down has kind of a sweet tobacco, the kind of tobacco you might smell in, let's say, Jacques Bogat Borom. That's the kind of tobacco. Slight sweetness, but tobacco is there, and a beautifully blended patchouli. I have to say this. Within 5 minutes of spraying this goes from animalic to something really stylish and deep. It's a scent which has personality, and it's personality that demands to be respected. That's the kind of personality the scent has. Now, I have a few friends who I recommended this to, and obviously they went to a fragrance shop and they tried it on a strip and they didn't like it. In fact, they actually disliked it immensely. So one of the things you have to remember is if you test it on a strip, you will get that animalic or urine note pronounced. It's there. So don't test it on a strip. Test it on your skin. I can't smell. I can't really smell the animalic note anymore. Now, so sorry, I digressed. Yeah, put it on your skin. Give it about 5-10 minutes, and you will see how the smell just completely matures into or sort of elevates into something very pleasant. Extremely nice. Now, in terms of grading this scent, you see, this scent has got good projection, no doubts. As I said, the initial bit is sharp, opening is very solid, makes a statement, and it projects, no doubts about that. I would say about 2 to 3 meters, even 4. It also has a very high levels of sillage, so that scent bubble, you will get this all day. It's an easy 8 to 10 hour scent, maybe even more on a good day. And I'll come to the good days and bad days in a minute. Now, in terms of value for money, I mean, this thing has got tremendous value for money. This didn't cost me more than 25, 30 pounds maybe, even now. I mean, 2001, 17, 16 years later, I pay the same money for a tremendous scent. Versatility. Now that's the one which is low here, because I do not see this fragrance being pulled off in less formal settings. I wouldn't say this is a t-shirt and jeans scent, I wouldn't say that this is go out with the family scent. I wouldn't say that this is this can be a date scent. This can be a clubbing scent as well. Uh, but on the dance floor, you'll be the king. Yeah, so you have to have that personality. Um, I can't stop smelling this because I really find this extremely alluring, pleasant. There's something really nice about this one. Um, Occasions. I think it's a dress-up scent. It's a power dresser's blessing in disguise. I wouldn't say disguise. It's a power dresser's scent. You put on a good suit. You are on for a good business deal. Excellent. You work in the university. Let's say you're a very respected lecturer or a lawyer or a judge. Absolutely, this will really augment your personality. In terms of black tie events, formal events, family, weddings, absolutely, it'll go. A date scent, yes, it'll go. You'll have to go easy on the number of spritz. Seasons. I can see this being all year round scent. There's nothing too sweet about this. I mean, about 6 hours stage, it'll become sweet, kind of a scent. It's got honey, very nicely blended honey, but it's not too sweet, so you can pull it off in the summer, winter, rainy weather. Now, I have seen this myself because it rains a lot in England, and sometimes I just walk around, and once or twice I have this feeling of all the good bits wash off, and a very strange kind of a disintegrated scent happens. It's happened to me twice or thrice. So rainy weather probably is not suited for this scent. Okay, so but I guess not everybody will put this on and walk in the rain. If it happens, it happens. You wash it off. But yeah, not suited for rainy weather. Winter, autumn, summer, spring, you can pull this off. Apart from like monsoon, heavy rain weather in tropical countries, yeah, that will be a challenge. Did I cover all the points? I think I've described the scent. The scent has the characteristics of a sharp, manly, big, punchy opening. No doubts about that. The scent has, from start to finish, it supports a strong personality and dress-up scenario. No doubts about that. When it progresses from the opening to the heart, the scent goes into slightly reserved mode. It doesn't project that much, and it evolves into a very nice honey patchouli combination. And from then on, towards the very base of it, it maintains the honey and patchouli, but the oak moss comes back in, and the flowery notes give it a good balance. I mean, I can smell the flowery notes now, and it's jasmine, rosemary also. You can pick it up, but jasmine predominantly. All in all, a tremendous scent. Not one to be messed with, in the sense that you can't just put it on. It's not a dumb reach for any situation. It's a dumb reach for dress-up, formal situations, without a shadow of doubt. It can be a signature scent of people who hold positions of authority, successful businessmen, self-made men. Yeah, it exudes that kind of aura. It's a tremendous scent, a fantastic investment if you really want to find a scent which helps you in these situations, dress up, business deals, kind of situation. You absolutely should go for it. I can't think of anything that smells like this in the contemporary releases. That's why this scent has carved a niche for itself. There's nothing that smells like this. There's absolutely nothing that smells like this. And probably the only Hugo Boss, I would say, which is worth buying. I've smelled many of them, and they're just there. I mean, they're part of the crowd. This one stands out, and I do not know why this is so cheaply priced, because this is probably only Hugo Boss I would pay money for, and good money for. So that brings us to the end of this review. I hope it's been worth your time. Once again, namaste, thank you, and all the best. Take care.